But I mean, technically, Evos can still utilize something like the Franco.
Oh, what?
No, not the Franco. Kufra, I mean. Right? Does Van Strong play Kufra?
Yes. It's possible, but this carry pick, this is dangerous, man. Against a full teamfight comp like this, against a Joy in particular, there's a lot of ways that this carry will be consideration with a Paquito and Franco and Kadita in the Land of Dawn.
Yeah. Back to the Kufra pick. I feel like this is the perfect time to draft Van Strong or Kufra. Why? It forces more Saken onto a Purify, which makes him a juicier target for that Joy. So a very good, solid pick if they pick up the Kufra. And they're going for another Rock though. Yves post-patch. Is it still good, Arash?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
It's definitely still effective, but it's no longer as oppressive. In a way, you still have the same kind of flexibility, defensive tools that allow you to be a bit more slippery, a bit more survivable, which is great against this composition from Bigatron Alpha. But you don't have the same kind of slows that can stop this Paquito and Kadita and Carry technically from moving into your team. To make things worse, Bigatron, they have taken up that Baxia. There's not a lot of units available, not a lot of heroes that can counter how tanky this Baxia can get. This is a dangerous spot for Evos to be in.
And it's very fast-paced, right, for Bigatron. They're saying that they want to win and out those in rotations. They want to try and go for that early game oppression with the Kadita, with the Paquito, who gets that mid-power spike as well to out-rotate, which is exactly what a Paquito can do, going 1v1 in lane against the Charizla.
It's a cheeky pick, right? They picked up the carry, the counter for Baksha as well. Well, there's already Claude, but a very good pick up here, Baksha. I want to see how he bowed in post-patch.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And the fact is, without Super Ken on those heroes that he can utilize to outplay, will it, be a good pick for him? Baxia.
Baxia, man. I think the speed is what he's going to rely on, but we're going to go straight into the Land of Dawn.
And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 3. Evos and Bigatron both standing at a 1-1. Who is going to be able to pick up the next points? Who's going to come out on top? And who is the better ISF team? We'll answer that shortly, as coming into the game, Super Vin already caught super low.
Super is the name of the game right here for Bigatron. They have all the movement speed, they have all the pressure tools to threaten the whole backline of Evos, but at the same time, Kaz, I think the burden of the game is on his shoulders. If Bigatron Alpha can just move forward undeterred, I think Evos will have a very difficult time because no one will be able to target Super Saiyan, and that is where Taz is the only member that can do so. Looking at the emblems, I mean, a lot of vitalities, and I think the pull is up together in the hands of the Yves is just a big respect towards the pick-up potential of Bigatron Alpha.
And it's cool, right? Because we see a change happen in the choice of emblem. Coming in for the Claude, no longer Brave Smite. He goes in for Quantum Charge instead, understanding that in the lane matchup, Claude versus Super Saiyan on the carry, I think Claude has a little bit more of an advantage in that laning phase.
In the laning phase, definitely. Claude is just a lot more flexible, a lot more survivable. In an all-in, maybe the carry can get an advantage. But until then, until he can force that, we'll have to see. Fluffy, though, gets ganked out.
Oh, luckily the shield unity wasn't connected, but Taz might commit to this? No, he wasn't sure as the turtle will spawn. So now the fight will be more focused on towards the turtle. Almost stolen there. Rounds though chunked. So it's a 1v1, typical 1v1 now. Let's focus on the turtle. Super Ken already in the vicinity, as well as Taz. So Rizzo looking for another angle. See, Vin isn't level 4 though, so there's no hunt. Super Ken focuses down on turtle, penalty zone to cancel it out. Super Ken still finds the retray. The backside, Krite was caught by Sarizo and Moreno. Good knockup as Fluffy will be the next casualty. Evos Legends, they lose out on the fight and the objective.
Absolutely nothing taken by the White Tigers here, ladies and gentlemen, around that first. Oh, Bronze gets taken down as well in the bottom lane. It does get traded back though. A small win for Evos, but still, Bigatron Alpha winning it out all around, even in talent prediction, as it's a 4 versus 2.
Oh man, almost a 2,000 gold leader, Rashi, 3 minutes in.
I mean, Big Edge and Alpha, this is what we expected. Big early game plays, and the backline from Evo's Legends, they're just way too vulnerable. There are no cover tools at all this time. Maybe a DPZ, right? A defensive penalty zone could be used, but look at the hunt!
Oh, good night, Taz! Bloody Hunt will lock him down now. Van Strong and Quite rotating towards the mid, trying to provide cover for Brands potentially. As of course, the Supers will rotate towards that gold lane, but no commitments for the engage just yet.
It's so unfortunate for Evo's Legends having a Claude in the same lane as a carry, and yet your Claude is the one that falls behind with so much impact coming in from all the other players from Bigatron Alpha rotating towards that bottom line and aiding a Super Saken. Evo's Legends, that one winning lane that they had, they don't have it anymore.
Take a look at the burst there from Sorizo. Oh my goodness. Now it's a 2v1. Fluffy will soak the damage. Penalty zone forced to somehow survive. He still is okay, but man, that was another good setup by the Red Robots.
Signature play from Bigatron, taking place in both lanes, both sides of the map at the same time. Pressuring the EXP lane, but still making sure that Super Saken has all the space in the world to get dominant in that gold lane. With the turret going down, with the turtle spawning, Super Sorizo once again just takes so much attention away. He might fall though.
Well, charge onto Sorizo. Sorizo gets taken out. That's a good trade for Evo's Legends, punishing a mistake by the EXP lane.
It's one kill for a turtle though. For Bigatron Alpha, it's definitely worth it, and that is the impact we were talking about when Super Sorizo team. You can see the lane swap already coming in for Bigatron Alpha, and looking at the items. Still leg states for Super Vin, but look at that. Van Strong zoned away, only with a mix of items, not enough gold income to do anything. Level 5.
Not just yet, exactly. They're all falling quite far behind. There's a significance in goal difference as well as Fluffy though.
Quicker penalty zone, good hunt. Saken will be taken out still by Taz. Stun by Superkin on towards a member. But it seems like no engages more from the Red Robots. It's a 1-for-0.
Yeah, it looked like Bigatron Alpha, they utilized that bloody hunt to utilize it onto Fluffy instead of Taz. So Super Saken, he was very vulnerable in the backline to the damage from the Joy.
I think like earlier, like Super Vin used the Bloody Hunt to try and peel, right? Save Saken from the situation, but it didn't land on the right person. Look at Super Moreno though.
Good slow. Super Moreno will be taken down by Fluffy. Super Saken joining the fray. 4v2 now. If they really want to commit, the time is now. But it seems like they do not have enough resources. Van Strong going in. Super Saken showing. Is this a mistake? Oh, the re-engage. Conceal play from the backside. Van Strong soaking damage. Fluffy now caught. No penalty zone popped just yet. Good wall charge to the front side. Dealing damage on towards Sorizo, but in the backside, Super Vin survives. Fluffy, though, will be the only casualty for now. Super Ken soaking damage. Good engage by Taz as he was able to take Saken down.
This is the danger for Bigatron Alpha. You win in the pickoffs, you win in the mobility. Even if they trade 1 or 2 members, as long as Brand stays alive, I think Super Saken, he just needs to stay alive as long as possible in those big fights. But look at the damage though.
Whoa.
That's a lot of damage. Doesn't... Oh, wait a minute. Super Vin already very annoying towards Taz's rotations and giving pressure on towards his buff. He might have to actually let that go for now. The Lord hasn't yet to spawn. You can see Evil's putting some pressure here in the top lane. They want to go for it.
Yeah, it seems like they know that Sorizo is isolated. They will take him down. No compensations forward side of Bigatron Alpha, though the bot side is quite exposed, so they might find compensation with that.
Amount of people from the side of Evils being poised and postured in the top side. It looks like they're looking for the next turret as well.
Ooh, Hans almost shunked. Super Ken, luckily, he is very low on mana. Now let's see here. They are trying to cut the rotation. Vin gets taken down instantly. Bigatron Alpha, they need to be careful if they really want to go with this momentum.
They have to watch how they are moving around in formation, because if Super Vin is the one getting jumped on, he can't really provide any kind of help, any kind of security. Evo's Legends, even though they lose in the mobility, they win out in the trap game. You know, just waiting in ambush for Bigatron Alpha. And back to the point earlier, if they keep doing stuff like this, Super Saiyan is going to have a very difficult time. And in the late game, as annoying and as unfortunate as it sounds, the gold lane becomes one of the most important roles. And as long as the gold lane stays alive, the longer the fight goes, the more you win. So I think Bigatron Alpha, they're working a bit against the clock here.
And with that being said, it's kind of deja vu to game number 1. The fact that Bigatron Alpha don't really have a lot of tools to work with. They're banking on their pickoff. And in comparison to Evo's Legends, who went fully onto AoE team fight composition. And we saw that Evo's Legends were able to win it out in game number 1. So Bigatron Alpha, another challenge.
Oh, Super Saiyan. Preheating though, the backside Supervin will be taken out though. But it seems like there is no clear win for Bigatron from that trade. Bigatron Alpha slowly, the lead slowly diminishes as the Lord though will be hovered around. Super Sorizo now caught in a 3v1. Still able to somehow escape. But it seems like it's, again, all calm before the storm now.
Ooh, he got the positioning coming from Super Moreno. He's looking for a chance. He might find it. Super Sorizo, though, unable to have the same kind of impact, the same kind of split push. Super Moreno makes the play happen, but not enough. And now the ultimates are available once again for Evos. Super Saiyan. Oh!
Good targeting, good stun as well. Now, with the rhythm of beats, Sorizo will try to cut him out. All the damage is there, but it's not enough. Bigatron Alpha now playing it slow. Super Sorizo somehow targeted by Bronze is able to escape for now. But it's a very, very patient game now from both teams.
Truly is, but Taz is really low and he's 2 levels below of Super Ken. Is this something that Evo's Legends truly want to go for a contest on? Looks difficult. Super Sorizo already doing really well with the waves. Bigatron Alpha, Super Ken, none of them. They're all not going in for the commitment onto the Lord.
Now Super Sorizo is showing on the top side though. Evo's Legends have a bit of an urgency if they want to try and get some more value. They will be able to get the mid tower, it seems, by pushing that wave just a bit. So good management, good maneuvers, but they might lose this top turret unless Brands moves to clear it. This could be the green light for Bigatron Alpha to make a full commitment towards this turtle, this Lord.
That's a conceal, that's a green light. Let's see, Fluffy now. The hunt is still not pop touches. There you go. Just to cover, he gets taken down. But take a look at Taz, looking for an angle. Super Ken will find the retry as well, though Supervin will be taken down. Taz finds a double. It's a Lord for 2 members. Bigatron Alpha, they flee from the fight.
Losing 2 for the Lord is still value, but it was a bit of miscoordination, man. Super Vin was able to suppress Taz, but the follow-up just wasn't there. Bigatron Alpha, they just have to be a bit more coordinated, but with this Lord, they have the chance now to elevate that split push strategy even more. Looking at a bit of the items, Bloodlust X for Super Sorizo is allowing him to be this impudent, but he might get punished now.
Okay, let's see. Super Ken just trying his own advance strong, trying to slow him down as Blob Charge was forced. But it seems like now with Supervin joining, no, they have not yet to find a connection. Lord, bot side is already charging, is already marching. Bigatron taking it slow. Their prio is that tier 1 and 2 in the mid lane.
They're going to be able to get the middle lane one, but more so that top lane too. I think Bigatron Alpha will still be unable to get those inhibitor turrets, and time after time in these team fights, I see that Evo's Legends, they're capitalizing on the lack of range coming in from Super Saiyan, right? Super Saiyan, let's say Bigatron Alpha looks for a good hook. And then you can see that counter engage coming in from Fluffy and eventually Van Strong with the wild charge. And then the real world manipulation just gets popped in that makes Super Saiyan a little nervous. Do I go in? Do I commit onto this? Do I wait out the real world manipulation? What do I do? Because if he does commit, there are a lot of moments when he gets taken low, and that is where Taz finds that loophole to take him down, which makes sense. Why his KDA is the way that it is, 1-2-2. Just very little impact in these team fights.
I feel like how defensively he's forced to actually position. He might as well go for something like a sprint, man. Because against the Joy, the Purify won't save you, the Flicker technically won't save you either, but the sprint technically will. It will allow you to run away from Taz long enough for you to survive from his initial electrifying beats. It's a weird, choice. It's a weird option if they want to explore it, but I think it has a bit of value here. But whoa, look at that hook though.
Oh, hook and hunt. Finds Van Strong. Fluffy though, the backside. Will not be able to find anything. Oh, the knockup was huge as Bronze was caught in the middle of everything. Sarizo now hunting. Runs down as Bronze wasn't able to soak in the damage quite now. The next viable target. Sarizo though. Wow, that's a double for Taz at the backside. What the heck? He gets stunned.
Evil's like all accords. They're going to be able to blitz this next Lord for themselves for free without any contest, seeing as Taz, it's going to take him 15 seconds to come back in.
Evo's Legends, they had a man down, picked off, and they still went for the fight. Even Brands goes in to try and make a play, salvage the losing team fight with the Blazing Duet. But as a result, he gets bursted down by Super Moreno in that fight. That was very unfortunate. And losing the Lord as well, Bigatron Alpha, they're going to try and make full use of this. But it's just a bit of a deja vu situation. Evo's Legends still have a very solid wave clear. It's all on Bigatron Alpha to make a crazy play that Evo's Legends won't be able to see coming.
And they need to give space for Super Saken. Look how rich he is. He's #1 on the most player gold at the moment. And the reason why we haven't felt his impact is because most of the members, most of the time, Super Saken gets zoned out of the team fight or gets taken out just in general as a whole. But Taz, he wasn't able to focus on Super Saken. Super Saken was able to deal out that damage with the gold and the items that he's already been able to farm. And now, it's a big question for Evos. How are they going to tackle this?
Lord munches the top base turret.
Taz solo kill?
Oh, almost, you're right. Sarizo barely survives there in the jungles of Evo's Legends. But only one base turret here, it seems like, will be the casualty. Bigatron hovering around the mid. Will they be able to succeed though? Super Reno looking for an opening as well, but it seems like Evo's Legends, they're too quick with it. The bot tier though will be taken out.
Ooh, you can see that Evos, they're desperate to try and find something in retaliation. Losing the two side base turrets, that's actually more damaging than you think. The middle one is the dangerous one because you can just push all the way down if you just get wiped out. But the side lanes, this is what allows that macro gameplay to come in handy. And with the control now, you can see Bigatron, they're a lot more dominant in the positioning, but with the Iron Hook being used, these are the windows that Evo's Legends can use to try and go for an aggressive fight.
I agree. And Siege for Bigatron Alpha is not going to be as easy as well. They don't necessarily have the high ground or the range, but Super Saken.
Oh, Super Ken isolated, loses Immortal. Moreno finds Taz in the backside. He will be stunned though. Will be taken out as well. Blazing Duet will not be able to find anyone just yet. Fluffy, next casualty. Super Sorizo opening the fight. Hunting Brands down as it is going to be a 2-for-1. Oh, the minions is enough. Let's see. Bigatron, they can end. 3 members just defending Super Saken and Super Ken. It's re-hitting in the backside. Ben loses Immortal, but it seems like Brands and friends will be able to clear this one out for now.
Oh, that was so close! The fact that Brands was able to survive all throughout that, with the fact that that beautiful wall was placed before they went into the base to prevent the other members from Bigatron Alpha to enter. All these things, all these small decisions that Evo's Legends made allows them to still stay relevant in this game and even gain earlier control onto the Lord compared to Bigatron Alpha.
Evos, they are desperate for this. They're trying to burst it down, but there's not enough damage. Bigatron has arrived.
Let's see. Oh, Van Strong gets taken out instantly. Right to the backside. Oh, good play by Sarita. Taz though will find the retribution. But what is it for as 3 members will be taken out? Sorizo finds the double.
What in the world? Threading the needle so beautifully. Taz still able to get that retribution. However, Kreitz, Bronze, the cores are gone for Evo's Legends. Can they defend? Can Fluffy and Taz defend?
Let's see. 1810 will be the spawn for the Lord. Oh, it's no enough time. Bigatron Alpha will end at the base first. Bigatron Alpha finds a reverse. Sweet.
2-1. the red robots taking it against the white tigers. And here they are, the new blood, the new gen, the new representatives for ISF Indonesia, telling Evo's legends, you know, it's our time now. Thank you for last year, but we got it from here.
The robots, man, making a statement, telling the tigers, we are not below you in the food chain, not today. Reversing it, forcing Evos to admit that they are today the ones who have to admit defeat against the robots. What a performance, man, and what an exciting game with the back and forth from both teams.
Wow is a word indeed, and Evo's legends, unfortunately, they will suffer another loss after putting Dreams and Hijume down to the MDO.
I mean, there were a lot of speculations as to Taz stepping in, replacing Sutsujin in a trio mid that has been a trio for quite some time. There's certainly going to be moments and needs for time to adjust, and I don't blame them. They're on the way, and it makes sense that maybe for now, it's not necessarily the best of performances from Evo's legends, but it could work in the future.
I mean, you can't say it was a storm. It was pretty close.
Yeah.
Evo's made it quite competitive.
Yep.
And if you wanna try and, some people are saying, oh, it's because Taz is in. Well, Taz was doing a great job in that game. He was able to steal lords, deal damage in the back line despite all the crowd controls. I think we have to hear from the victors though, what do they feel about that game?
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's take to Monica as she is in an interview with Bigatron Alpha. Take it away.
Bigatroopers, mana suaranya untuk Bigatron Alpha? Wow, 2-1 match yang begitu menegangkan. Kalah di game yang pertama, tapi berhasil membalikan arah, akhirnya menang. Ini seperti apa Super Fin? Kenapa tadi di game yang pertama sepertinya sulit sampai 20 menitan?
Ya kenapa game 1 sulit ya karena emang EVOS tim yang kuat juga lah. Jadi ya emang hari ini seru lah.
Seru sekali, apalagi ini kalian adalah wakil Indonesia di ISF World Championship 2023 dan ketemu dengan EVOS Legend yang adalah juga ISF Champion ISF 2022. Gimana Moreno ketemu Champion ISF 2022? Champion
kayak
nggak sih? Land of Dawn nggak sih dari Champion ISF EVOS?
ya pasti banyak lah pelajaran soalnya kan mereka juara ISF terus rosternya juga juara WCG gitu kan kayak mereka kan juara semua jadi kita mungkin banyak pelajaran yang bisa kita ambil dari mereka.
Bangga dong ngalahin World Champion.
Ya lumayan ya bangga lah bangga.
Bangga. Dan ada juga yang tadi katanya sebelum match takut mau ketemu EVOS Legend. Gimana Super Ken? Udah ketemu dan ternyata menang? Masih takut?
Masih sih.
Kok masih takut? Kenapa menang?
Kembali lagi dia udah juara kan, juara dunia lagi jadi agak-agak takut.
Agak-agak takut, apalagi juara dunia. Tapi tadi Super Ken membuktikan selalu menang retreat. Tapi hadapannya gimana? Persaken, kamu gimana head to headnya dengan Brans? Apalagi Brans ini juga sama-sama adalah gold laner di ISF.
Seru sih.
Seru aja?
Seru.
Terus apa lagi selain seru?
Gak tahu, seru. Seru laning sama dia.
Seru ya? Ada yang dipelajarin gak biar nanti menjadi bekal untuk ISF 2023?
Mungkin dari game 1 yang aku lihat mungkin dari cara farming dia kali ya, sama positioning dia main clean. Ya mungkin itu kali.
Oke, jadi banyak yang diambil ya pelajaran-pelajaran dari EVOS Legend hari ini menjadi bekal untuk ISF 2023 ya.
Ya.
Tapi kan kalian ini, Bigatron Alpha, ini kita udah di half season dan kalian udah ketemu dengan semua tim. Nah, ada tim mau jawab katanya.
King. King Onyx.
King Onyx, setuju nggak? Sorry so.
Ya, semuanya.
Semuanya, tetap semuanya. Tapi kalau kata Moreno, King Onyx. Jadi nungguin ya buat ketemu lagi setelah half season ini ya.
Ya kalau nggak bisa, kalau bisa nggak ketemu nggak usah ketemu deh.
Bakalan ketemu tetap ya harusnya deh.
Iya.
Bercanda. Tapi selanjutnya tentunya kita ada player of the match kali ini. Kira-kira siapa ya player of the match kali ini? Kira-kira siapa player of the match? Kita lihat aja langsung di layar. Player of the match-nya adalah Superken takut aja jadi player of the match. Gimana kalau nggak takut?
Kenapa?
Takut aja kamu jadi player of the match. Gimana kalau nggak takut?
Nggak tahu sih.
Wah, kok nggak tahu lagi sih?
Apa?
Kok nggak tahu?
Soalnya aku takut.
Soalnya takut. Jadi masih takut dong? Katanya
Masih.
tadi lagi berusaha supaya nggak takut. Katanya tadi berusaha supaya nggak takut. Tapi biar nggak takut, Biget Troopers, biar kita kasih semangat. Mana tepuk tangannya untuk Bigetron Alpha dong. Sekali lagi. Dan yang terakhir, Super Fin, bisa ada pesan-pesan untuk Biget Troopers yang selama half season ini udah setia dong. Tentunya ngedukung kalian semua.
Makasih buat Biget Troopers yang udah dukung. Ya ini baru half season, semoga kedepannya kita bisa meraih kemenangan lagi.
Sekali lagi kita berikan tepuk tangan untuk super kita Bigetron Alpha. Dan langsung aja untuk kita mengulas lebih lanjut bagaimana kemenangan dari Bigetron Alpha ini super tim kita. Langsung aja kita tanyakan kepada para caster di sana. Back to you casters.
And there you go. Congratulations once again to the Red Robots, Bigetron Alpha. Hopefully after the loss that they had to suffer yesterday, this win will, give them new confidence to step up and brighten up their day before they represent us at ISF.
Ooh. It's going to be very, very intriguing.
Okay, I thought you were going to say interesting.
And also with that win, hopefully it makes Bigetron, to get back in form because they were a little bit shaky, especially entering towards the end of week 3 and entering week 4.
Yeah, and especially for him, right? Super Ken, the player of the match here with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5, Z Flip 5. Hopefully his presence is always consistent.
I think when Super Ken is consistent, it's a bad day for anyone going up against Bigetron, man. When this guy is on fire, the mechanics are on point, the rotations, they're slick. And I think in this game, this match, he's shown that, okay, depending on the situation, he can adapt as well. Assassins, tanks, different rotations, invades.
Whoa.
He's trying to show that he can do it all. He's trying to be the best all-round jungler. People were saying he might match up to Kyrie. We'll have to see though. So far, not just yet.
I think he's on the way. He's really young,
He's
right?
making progress, for sure.
Exactly. I think a lot of people have said that there are new junglers at MPL ID who are on the way to that point, right? We have Van from Aura Fire.
Oh, yeah.
We have Super Ken from Bigetron Alpha.
Don't forget Nile.
Or Vincent.
Anyway, if we take a look at this game here, it was significantly different, and I feel like that's what makes Bigetron Alpha so scary, because in terms of composition, it felt a little bit similar to game number 1, but Bigetron Alpha, they were able to adapt so well, and finally, at the end of it all, figure it out and win it.
I think it all depends on how the execution goes as well. Of course, big moment pickoffs like this are always game-changing in the current meta, and so the team that can find more tools is great, but look at Grants here. Taking a chunk of damage by jumping into the rough waves. Wasn't intentional, but as a result, he gets taken out. The longer the fight goes, the more those gold laners become important. But look at Taz. His joy is just so devastating. It's burst, but it's also kind of DPS. But against Abaxia, no chance, man. But afterwards, Super Ken gets caught out, so you can still see plays being made by Evos. It's just that Bigetron right now, due to the composition, have a bit more chances of making the plays happen.
You know what? After seeing Game 3, it's, yeah, Taz on that Joy wasn't able to keep the 100% Joy win rate in the series. And there you go. Bigatron, they found their solution here also in the fight, right? Very scattered, very messy, very not coordinated by the White Tigers. And this was the final push. The Lord just spawned, but there was enough minions for Bigatron to chunk and wipe out the base.
It feels like Bigatron Alpha kind of forced it to happen, right? They forced the scatter. It was so different because in game number 1, they were looking for pickoff, but the composition I felt wasn't really right. They had Valentina for Moreno in comparison to game number 3 with Moreno on the Kadita. So there's more burst to follow up on that initial pick coming in from that Franco. But this is the key to success for Bigatron Alpha throughout that entirety.
Well, the man of the match is Super Ken, but Super Vin getting suppression heroes is always a good thing for Bigatron. Augments their pickoff even more. Afterwards, Super Saken in that last game was able to just keep farming, be relatively untouched, and even the dive, right? The penalty zones, a lot of them weren't really reaching Saken, and even if they did, the follow-up just was taking so long to come because of the Paquito, because of the Kadita pressure, which is very different from what we were seeing from the side of Evos earlier. And of course, that Lord play, how they're a bit more decisive, how they're able to just plan out how the fight is going to go, right? Just put on whoever's going to try and save Saken, who's going to try and zone Brands and Kite away. I think that's just great planning and great execution from Bigatron. And if they keep doing this, they're definitely a team to be wary of in MPL ID.
Good decision making. And that's an improvement that I see from Bigatron Alpha finally, right? That decision making in that later stage of the game. Because usually Bigatron Alpha, early game, they are so good at the decision making. And I can't make a decision about what shampoo to use.
What? It's so simple.
Is it?
Use Head and Shoulders.
Do you have an example? Because I don't know what it smells like. I don't know what it feels like.
You got the Eudora, Thai Grill, or Gatot Kacha,
Okay.
but this is Arashi's version.
Oh.
There you go.
Which
With
one
the
are you?
Cool menthol.
Oh.
Thai
You gotta
Grill.
keep your head cool, keep it in the game, man.
Exactly.
You cannot win games, especially the late game, with a hot head. That's just not the way to go.
All right. So with that, if you guys want to play your ranked games with a level head, with a cold head, with 100% confidence, go ahead and check out Head and Shoulders because it is the shampoo for you, MLBB lovers all around the world.
Exactly. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. It just wipes out your dandruff. So, why not? Why not?
So you get 100% confident, man. Dandruff is awful.
Dandruff is awful.
You know,
Why?
I used to have dandruff, and it's just a huge self-esteem problem, man. But
Where do you
thanks
buy
to
it?
Head and Shoulders, honestly, you can use Blee Blee, man. If you use Blee Blee, you can probably get up to 10% cashback if you get skins, man.
Oh, okay. So if I want to buy that new Kadita skin that I saw earlier on that Moreno used and I was really jealous of the entire match,
Exactly.
I just top up on Blee Blee and I get a 10% cashback. And you guys can use that as well. I want that new Kadita skin. It looks so pretty. It reminds me of Novaria.
Oh,
That's why when she died, I was like, did Novaria die? No, that's Kadita. Wow. The skin looks so similar.
Oh, I don't
Is
see
it
the
not?
resemblance. I don't
It
see
feels
the
like, it's like
resemblance.
silvery and stuff.
it's like a skin diff, so, you know,
know-
skins can get wins, you're saying, Eterna.
Yes.
Skins,
Well,
skins.
don't miss
Skins
out.
can get wins.
Buy skins, buy vouchers, and buy other products as well on Blee Blee, man. They have
Check it out.
everything out there.
Check it out again. You can get a 10% cashback with Blee Blee. Use Head and Shoulders. That was match 1.
Use UBS Gold to invest. Use the Samsung phone. Buy food with Grab. Go to the venue with Grab. Because we are going on a short break, ladies and gentlemen. So you do still have time to come here with Grab. And with that, me, Eterna, Connie, as well as Arashi, we'll see you in 5. Bye-bye.
wish your phone was fun like this?
Don't you wish your phone looked more like this? Don't you wish your phone could flex like this?
Don't you wish your phone could fit in here? Don't ya?
Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Z Flip 5. Pre-order now. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Z Flip 5. Pre-order now. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Z Flip 5. Pre-order now.
Look who finally showed up. Unload your weapon and return the goods. And if you ask nicely, I just might let it go.
Who said I was returning it?
You little... We had a deal!
I just came here to test my new toys.
They ain't even loaded. Staring down the barrel and you're still daydreaming about being an inventor? Huh? Or she gets it, then you'll have to answer to Erudicio.
Erudicio? Well, isn't that perfect? I got a bone to pick with them. So how about I just blast you both?
You're crazy! Leave me out of your squabbles! That was dirty.
Haven't you heard? I do things my way.
I really don't like being used as bait, you know. Anyway, let's return that to Erudicio.
Oh, I have something special in store for them down the road. So I'll take this as payment.
Di dunia games, top up jadi lebih mudah. Pilih game, masukkan game ID. Pilih Diamond. Masukkan kode promo, dan pilih metode pembayaran. Masukkan kode OTP dan konfirmasi pembelian. Selamat, kamu dapat tambahan kuota. Kumpulkan DG Point setiap top up. Tukar dengan merchandise dan voucher game menarik. Nikmati juga promo setiap harinya. Upgrade gameplaymu sekarang.
In the previous guide, we learned the basics of the new emblem system. This time, we'll take a closer look at the core talents from the Mage, Assassin, Marksman, and Support emblems. Core talent unlocked with the Mage emblem. By upgrading the Mage emblem, you can unlock Lethal Ignition. The new Lethal Ignition now deals adaptive damage, making it a great option for any hero with heavy-hitting combos. With the change to adaptive damage, heroes with high physical damage can now use this talent to enhance their damage, such as Saber and Natalia. Saber's first skill and ultimate combo can easily trigger the effect from Lethal Ignition, dealing much more damage to enemy heroes. Core talent unlocked with the Assassin emblem. By upgrading the Assassin emblem, you can unlock Killing Spree. Now that the talent is no longer reserved for the Assassin emblem, it becomes a good choice for any hero who can perform chain kills. Heroes with magic damage like Karina and Julian can now take this talent as well. Karina's ultimate resets after she kills an enemy hero. When equipped with Killing Spree, she will recover HP from each kill, allowing her to stay healthy and go after more kills. Core talent unlocked with the Marksman emblem. By upgrading the Marksman emblem, you can unlock Weakness Finder. The new Weakness Finder talent is no longer reserved for ranged heroes. It works well for heroes with high attack speed, as it can improve their laning and slowing abilities. A hero like Minzathar can take Weakness Finder because his second skill increases the attack speed of his basic attacks. When combined with equipment that can provide more attack speed, he can reliably trigger the slow effect to prevent enemies from escaping. Core talent unlocked with the Support emblem. By upgrading the Support emblem, you can unlock Focusing Mark. The Focusing Mark talent works the same as before. It allows support heroes to increase the damage their teammates can deal to the target enemy. Kaj's ultimate can be used to drag key enemies to his team. When equipped with Focusing Mark, the ultimate will also increase the damage the target takes, allowing Kaj's team to quickly burst down the helpless target. Choose the core talent based on the strengths of each hero to maximize their effectiveness. We look forward to seeing players discover new ways to play their favorite heroes on their way to becoming a legend.
Tahu nggak, Awesome Generation itu punya rule sendiri, kayak aku. Dalam kondisi apapun, nggak ada lagi halangan. Malah ngebuktiin potensiku. See, that's my rules with Galaxy A Series 5G. Kalau kamu?
Pus. Kamu lagi ngapain? Ini nih lagi push rank pakai Akai. Ikut dong.
Double kill. Triple kill. Savage.
Itu keren banget loh itu. Ya dong, top gue Bami. Bukan kamunya yang keren. Itu notifikasinya keren banget.
Alah, notifikasi ini bisa didapetin dari in-game mulai dari kemarin 8 Agustus cuma 58 diamond doang. Murah banget kan?
Iya sih, murah banget ya.
Nah, kita main.
Hanya perlu melihat ke dalam dirimu. Dan kamu akan mengerti betapa berharganya nilaimu. Percaya pada dirimu. Bukan dengan tergesa-gesa, namun dengan caramu yang beda.
Tunjukkan kilau kisahmu sendiri.
Dan ciptakan emas dalam setiap karyamu.
Trust in gold.
In the previous guide, we learned the basics of the new emblem system. This time, we will take a closer look at the core talents unlocked with the basic common emblem, tank emblem, and fighter emblem. Core talents unlocked with the basic common emblem. By upgrading the basic common emblem, you can unlock 2 core talents, Impure Rage and Quantum Charge. Both are suitable for most heroes. The new Impure Rage talent now deals adaptive damage, making it a good damage-enhancing talent for a variety of heroes, such as Eve, Nathan, and Diggy. Eve is a hero with great poke and control abilities. She can use the extra damage and mana regen from Impure Rage to constantly wear down enemies. The new Quantum Charge talent now restores HP based on the hero's level and not their physical attack bonus, making it viable on more heroes that want HP recovery and mobility, such as Edith, Leslie, Layla, etc. When equipped with Quantum Charge, Edith in both forms can use the movement speed bonus triggered by her basic attacks to keep a safe distance from the enemy and the extra HP regen to stay in the fight. Core talent unlocked with the tank emblem. By upgrading the tank emblem, you can unlock Concussive Blast. Concussive Blast works the same as before, providing an extra source of AoE damage for high HP heroes, such as Johnson, Baja, and Hilda. Hilda is a high HP hero who can tank a lot of damage when equipped with a full set of defensive equipment. The Concussive Blast talent will not only enhance her survivability, but also boost her damage. Core talent unlocked with the Fighter emblem. By upgrading the Fighter emblem, you can unlock Brave Smite. Brave Smite is no longer triggered by inflicting CCs. It now takes effect upon dealing skill damage and is suitable for most fighters and tanks that need more HP regen. Ruby, Lapu Lapu, Tigreal, and similar heroes can choose this talent. Ruby can trigger Brave Smite repeatedly by casting skills, and with her own regen abilities, she'll have even greater durability in teamfights. Choose the core talent based on the strengths of each hero to maximize their effectiveness. We look forward to seeing players discover new ways to play their favorite heroes on their way to becoming a legend.
Modal gratis, untung berkali-kali.
When upgrading your emblems, you will unlock talents at specific levels. Different emblems will unlock different talents. You can choose an emblem by role and use the talents it unlocks directly as your default setup, or you can freely mix and match different emblems and talents to create a custom emblem setup. We're going to show you how to create your emblem setup for your heroes. Emblems. First, let's take a look at the revamped emblem system. There are now 7 emblems in the game, 1 basic common emblem and 6 role emblems. Different emblems can provide different attribute bonuses. It is recommended to use the emblem that matches a hero's role. Standard talents, Tier 1. After selecting an emblem, you can then choose from 8 standard talents at Tier 1. These talents provide mostly straightforward bonuses to heroes. Of the 8 talents, Thrill and Swift are good on almost any hero, while other talents are more catered to certain roles. Standard talents, Tier 2. At Tier 2, you will also have 8 standard talents to choose from. The Tier 2 talents trigger or work under different circumstances. We still recommend choosing one that matches the role of your hero. But if you're an advanced player, you are free to choose any of the talents to fit your playstyle. For example, if you're playing the core hero on your team and want to focus on gearing up fast, you can choose the Bargain Hunter talent regardless of how your hero deals damage. And heroes who rely on their skills for sustained damage, whether it be a mage or fighter, can use the Festival of Blood talent for more spell vamp. Core talents, Tier 3. Finally, let's talk about the most important talents, the core talents. There are 8 core talents available in the game, and each provides a unique and powerful effect. We recommend choosing the core talent to match your hero's role and only use core talents from other emblems for advanced or unconventional tactics. The revamped Weakness Finder talent is no longer reserved for ranged heroes. This talent is now a viable option for any hero that relies on basic attacks and wants better laning and the ability to slow enemies. The Lethal Ignition talent now deals adaptive damage, making it a prime choice for any hero that has heavy hitting combos. While the revamped emblem system still uses the existing talents, we have removed the restrictions between emblems and talents, opening up new possibilities for many heroes. We look forward to seeing players discover new ways to play their favorite heroes on their way to becoming a legend.
It's only you who rocks my world.
belanja di Indomaret, makin banyak untungnya. Kumpulkan cashback poin, jadi untung terus. Makin sering belanja, makin banyak poin yang kamu dapatkan. Dapat diskon, jadi untung terus. Bayar belanjaanmu dengan poin yang kamu punya. Belanja jadi gratis, jadi untung terus. Dan untung terus dapat banyak promo. Jadi member Indomaret Poinku sekarang. Untungnya non-stop.
Di dunia games, top up jadi lebih mudah. Pilih game, masukkan game ID. Pilih Diamond. Masukkan kode promo, dan pilih metode pembayaran. Masukkan kode OTP dan konfirmasi pembelian. Selamat, kamu dapat tambahan kuota. Kumpulkan DG Point setiap top up. Tukar dengan merchandise dan voucher game menarik. Nikmati juga promo setiap harinya. Upgrade gameplaymu sekarang.
Don't you wish your phone was fun like this?
Don't you wish your phone looked more like this? Don't you wish your phone could flex like this?
Don't you wish your phone could fit in here? Don't you?
Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Z Flip 5. Pre-order now. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Z Flip 5. Pre-order now. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Z Flip 5. Pre-order now.
Look who finally showed up. Unload your weapon and return the goods. And if you ask nicely, I just might let it go.
Who said I was returning it?
You little... We had a deal!
I just came here to test my new toys.
They ain't even loaded. Staring down the barrel and you're still daydreaming about being an inventor? Huh? Stop! Once you get it, then you'll have to answer to Erudicio.
Erudicio? Well, isn't that perfect? I got a bone to pick with them. So how about I just blast you both?
You're crazy! Leave me out of your squabbles! That was dirty!
Haven't you heard? I do things my way.
I really don't like being used as bait, you know. Anyway, let's return that to Erudicio.
Oh, I have something special in store for them down the road. So I'll take this as payment.
Di dunia games, top up jadi lebih mudah. Pilih game, masukkan game ID. Pilih Diamond. Masukkan kode promo dan pilih metode pembayaran. Masukkan kode OTP dan konfirmasi pembelian. Selamat, kamu dapat tambahan kuota. Kumpulkan DG Point setiap top up. Tukar dengan merchandise dan voucher game menarik. Nikmati juga promo setiap harinya. Upgrade gameplaymu sekarang.
In the previous guide, we learned the basics of the new emblem system. This time, we'll take a closer look at the core talents from the Mage, Assassin, Marksman, and Support emblems. Core talent unlocked with the Mage emblem. By upgrading the Mage emblem, you can unlock Lethal Ignition. The new Lethal Ignition now deals adaptive damage, making it a great option for any hero with heavy-hitting combos. With the change to adaptive damage, heroes with high physical damage can now use this talent to enhance their damage, such as Saber and Natalia. Saber's first skill and ultimate combo can easily trigger the effect from Lethal Ignition, dealing much more damage to enemy heroes. Core talent unlocked with the Assassin emblem. By upgrading the Assassin emblem, you can unlock Killing Spree. Now that the talent is no longer reserved for the Assassin emblem, it becomes a good choice for any hero who can perform chain kills. Heroes with magic damage like Karina and Julian can now take this talent as well. Karina's ultimate resets after she kills an enemy hero. When equipped with Killing Spree, she will recover HP from each kill, allowing her to stay healthy and go after more kills. Core talent unlocked with the Marksman emblem. By upgrading the Marksman emblem, you can unlock Weakness Finder. The new Weakness Finder talent is no longer reserved for ranged heroes. It works well for heroes with high attack speed, as it can improve their laning and slowing abilities. A hero like Minzathar can take Weakness Finder because his second skill increases the attack speed of his basic attacks. When combined with equipment that can provide more attack speed, he can reliably trigger the slow effect to prevent enemies from escaping. Core talent unlocked with the Support emblem. By upgrading the Support emblem, you can unlock Focusing Mark. The Focusing Mark talent works the same as before. It allows support heroes to increase the damage their teammates can deal to the target enemy. Kaj's ultimate can be used to drag key enemies to his team. When equipped with Focusing Mark, the ultimate will also increase the damage the target takes, allowing Kaj's team to quickly burst down the helpless target. Choose the core talent based on the strengths of each hero to maximize their effectiveness. We look forward to seeing players discover new ways to play their favorite heroes on their way to becoming a legend.
Tahu nggak, Awesome Generation itu punya rule sendiri, kayak aku. Dalam kondisi apapun, nggak ada lagi halangan. Malah ngebuktiin potensiku. See, that's my rules with Galaxy A Series 5G. Kalau kamu?
Pus. Kamu lagi ngapain? Ini nih lagi push rank pakai Akai. Ikut dong.
Double kill. Triple kill.
Savage. Itu keren banget loh itu.
Ya dong, top gue Bami.
Bukan kamunya yang keren. Itu notifikasinya keren banget.
Alah, notifikasi ini bisa didapetin dari in-game mulai dari kemarin 8 Agustus cuma 58 diamond doang. Murah banget kan?
Iya sih, murah banget ya.
Nah, kita main.
Hanya perlu melihat ke dalam dirimu. Dan kamu akan mengerti betapa berharganya nilaimu. Percaya pada dirimu. Bukan dengan tergesa-gesa, namun dengan caramu yang beda.
Tunjukkan kilau kisahmu sendiri.
Dan ciptakan emas dalam setiap karyamu.
Trust in Gold.
In the previous guide, we learned the basics of the new emblem system. This time, we will take a closer look at the core talents unlocked with the basic common emblem, tank emblem, and fighter emblem. Core talents unlocked with the basic common emblem. By upgrading the basic common emblem, you can unlock 2 core talents, Impure Rage and Quantum Charge. Both are suitable for most heroes. The new Impure Rage talent now deals adaptive damage, making it a good damage-enhancing talent for a variety of heroes, such as Eve, Nathan, and Diggy. Eve is a hero with great poke and control abilities. She can use the extra damage and mana regen from Impure Rage to constantly wear down enemies. The new Quantum Charge talent now restores HP based on the hero's level and not their physical attack bonus, making it viable on more heroes that want HP recovery and mobility, such as Edith, Leslie, Layla, etc. When equipped with Quantum Charge, Edith in both forms can use the movement speed bonus triggered by her basic attacks to keep a safe distance from the enemy and the extra HP regen to stay in the fight. Core talent unlocked with the tank emblem. By upgrading the tank emblem, you can unlock Concussive Blast. Concussive Blast works the same as before, providing an extra source of AoE damage for high HP heroes, such as Johnson, Baja, and Hilda. Hilda is a high HP hero who can tank a lot of damage when equipped with a full set of defensive equipment. The Concussive Blast talent will not only enhance her survivability, but also boost her damage. Core talent unlocked with the Fighter Emblem. By upgrading the Fighter Emblem, you can unlock Brave Smite. Brave Smite is no longer triggered by inflicting CCs. It now takes effect upon dealing skill damage and is suitable for most fighters and tanks that need more HP regen. Ruby, Lapu Lapu, Tigreal, and similar heroes can choose this talent. Ruby can trigger Brave Smite repeatedly by casting skills, and with her own regen abilities, she'll have even greater durability in teamfights. Choose the core talent based on the strengths of each hero to maximize their effectiveness. We look forward to seeing players discover new ways to play their favorite heroes on their way to becoming a legend.
Modal gratis, untung berkali-kali.
When upgrading your emblems, you will unlock talents at specific levels. Different emblems will unlock different talents. You can choose an emblem by role and use the talents it unlocks directly as your default setup, or you can freely mix and match different emblems and talents to create a custom emblem setup.
Dan terus berlari, terus ke arah puncak tertinggi. Ku takkan berhenti, hanya sampai di sini. Kemenangan abadi menanti. You know we won't miss if we unite our focus. And if you haven't noticed, we all live. Nyalakan apimu, hadapi semua tantangan. Hadang semua serangan, jatuh bukan halangan. Bakar semangatmu, janganlah engkau menyerah. Kita akan buat sejarah. We all this, we won't miss. We all this, we won't miss. Saatnya beraksi, jalani ambisi. Aku kan menyawakan hari ini. You know we won't miss if we unite our focus. And if you dan terus berlari, terus ke arah puncak tertinggi. Ku takkan berhenti, hanya sampai di sini. Kemenangan abadi menanti. You know we won't miss if we unite our focus dan takkan buat sejarah. We all this, we won't miss. We all this, we won't miss. Saatnya beraksi, jalani ambisi. Aku kan menyawakan hari ini. You know we won't miss if we unite our focus. And if you haven't noticed, we all live. Nyalakan apimu, hadapi semua tantangan, hadang semua serangan, jatuhkan halangan, bakar semangatmu, janganlah engkau menyerah. Kita akan buat sejarah. We all this, we won't miss. We all this, we won't miss. We all this. Nyalakan apimu, hadapi semua tantangan, hadang semua serangan, jatuhkan halangan, bakar semangatmu, janganlah engkau menyerah. Kita akan buat sejarah. We all this. Aku kan berdiri dan terus berlari, terus ke arah puncak tertinggi. Ku takkan berhenti, hanya sampai di sini. Kemenangan abadi menanti. You know we won't miss if we unite our focus. And if you haven't noticed, we all live. Nyalakan apimu, hadapi semua tantangan, hadang semua serangan, jatuhkan halangan, bakar semangatmu, janganlah engkau menyerah. Kita akan buat sejarah. We all this, we won't miss. We all this, we won't miss. Saatnya beraksi, jalani ambisi. Aku kan menyawakan hari ini. You know we won't miss if we unite our focus. And if you haven't noticed, we all live. Nyalakan apimu, hadapi semua tantangan, hadang semua serangan, jatuhkan halangan, bakar semangatmu, janganlah.
Live from MPL Arena Jakarta, MPL Season 12, powered by Moonton. Presented by Samsung Galaxy Official Gaming Phone. Official sponsor, Head and Shoulders. Official mobile internet partner, Telkomsel. Official gold partner, UBS Gold. We own this.
The last match and therefore the last stand of Geek Fam is upon us, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you back to MPL ID Season 12 here, Week 4, Day number 3. In this next upcoming match, they need to find a victory against Rebellion Zion in order for them to stay in their playoff run. And with that being said, here on the caster desk, it's me, Eterna, alongside with Gani and Arashi once again. And what in the world can we expect between both of these teams? As coming into this, Rebellion Zion, they have a jungler with such an amazing objective gameplay.
In week 4 of MPL Season 12, Vincent, 4 Turtles and 4 Lords. Unreal, man. I mean, this team, we know that they have strong aggression, but we didn't think it's going to be this high, even above Kyrie and Van. The junglers in MPL ID notorious for getting objectives. A close fourth is going to be Selly Boy, who has been improving so much. And out of nowhere, there's Nino.
With the 2 Lords secured as well.
Where'd he come from?
Which I feel like Rebellion has an edge, right? Because no Geek Fam players is in this data Nile. If we're talking about the jungler, there's no competition. So I feel like with this stat, Vincent has already gained that confidence, which grabbing Turtles and Lords, very important in the game.
Exactly, and I feel like that was detrimental to their success against Evo's Legends yesterday when they were able to win it 2-0 against them because of the fact that he's so reliable in that position. But what will that do as we welcome their opponents?
Let's welcome Beloy and friends as well onto the stage. It's Geek Fam.
The Geeks coming in to try and tame the Raging Bull. Let's see if they can pull it off with the main roster, with the new strengths and newfound confidence in their performance. Can they outsmart the Beasts?
That's definitely the question here. And in this particular matchup, it is going to be Chidera, as it seems like Geek Fam have finally found their main 5, and they look stronger because of it. What kind of surprise picks? What kind of cheese picks? What kind of cheese strats will we expect from Geek Fam today, as they were the ones to bring a Saber Roam onto the professional MPL ID stage?
And it worked as well in that particular game. Well, what we can expect here, Kadera, very good on the Irrital. Post-match, Irrital is a beast.
It definitely is. There's a lot of ways to utilize that pick as well. And Kadera, we have seen him play it before in the previous seasons, not in Season 12 though. We have to see control over the neutral objectives.
It will be Rebellion with Sway Low, so let's welcome the Blue Bulls, Rebellion Zion.
Swaylo coming back into the roster has really sparked something new within the team. Rebellion Zion as, oh, okay, so that's the choice of entrance that they were gonna make. I was anticipating it. Very interesting choice there.
What was that around?
Is that a Jujutsu Kaisen reference? The
Could be.
Con? Well, we have to confirm later on, but that was one way to make a statement. We'll have to see. Is that statement meaning they're trying to devour Geek Fam? We'll have to see and watch if the coaches can make it happen. Up on the stage right now, Coach Chico with Vive, his analyst in tow, and Coach Airpong, the new addition for Geek Fam. What can this new coach bring to the table? We'll have a different formation, different strategy for the Geeks.
I'm definitely hoping that we see something crazy and outrageous, unorthodox. We've seen it work, and it's insane because what we've known to be that being a signature for Geek Fam has now kind of resurfaced for Rebellion Zion. Swaylo picking up the gourd yesterday, working out as well.
Yep.
See, these are these things that we can expect, I think, from both of these teams as we take a look at the keys to victory here by the Samsung Galaxy Z Series.
Contest ODTZ's pick of heroes. He is an absolute menace on that Franco, on the Edith. Any kind of playmaking hero, Audi will be on the case. And sure, Beloyski's presence remains hidden. When he is not on the map, when you have no idea where he is, even if you get a pick off, you're always having the thought behind in the back of your head, just going, where's Beloy? Is he trying to re-engage? Is he trying to pick someone off? Along with that, a boy, free to deal damage in team fights, he is definitely going to be responsible for a lot of damage, especially if a lot of attention, a lot of eyes are on Kadera.
I really like point number 3 as well here. A boy able to free hit as well. And remember, if we're talking about his hero pool, Lilia is his signature hero 2 seasons ago with the Lilia buff adjusted as well? Will Lilia come to surface in this particular match?
I actually want to talk about that. Do you think Lilia is viable to utilize?
I think it's still viable, but no longer as... So back then, it serves both a DPS tool as well as a bit of a burst tool, right? You catch someone and you just get tons of angry blooms on the target. It's a lot of burst damage, and you can get more by using the black shoes. Now that you can't do that, you're really stuck on DPS and AoE, which is not necessarily a bad thing because they reduce the cooldown of the energy as well. But for Keys of Victory by the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5, Z Flip 5 for Rebellion, bring out pocket picks to counter Geek's power heroes. The more unexpected, maybe the better against a team as calculative as Geek Fam. Pressure nails, risky movements, he cannot be allowed to make those crazy plays and get punished for it. And of course, be aware of Geek's 4-and-1 split strategy. If they can make it dirty, make it messy in the Land of Dawn, especially for the neutral objective control, which they seem to be so dominant on, that could be the solution they can use to shut down any macro possibilities from the side of Geek Fam. Looking at a team head-to-head here by Head and Shoulders though, game victory rate and the average KDA and the hero pool all in favor of Rebellion. But the longer the game goes, there's a chance for Geek Fam to come out on top. They're a team that's so decisive all the way till the end, no matter how long the game goes.
Oh, very good. Clean and balanced head-to-head here by Head and Shoulders. So, Geek Fam, Rebellion, it's just a matter of execution, I feel like.
Execution and what the coach has to say about it, right? Because now that Geek Fam has a new coach figure here at MPL Indonesia, it's posing questions. Where was he from? He used to serve as an analyst for Onyx Prodigy in MDL Indonesia Season 7, where he was able to successfully secure 3rd, 4th place position as a semi-finalist in the MDL Season 7 playoffs. So he has the experience, and especially that MDL global ban, right?
Yep.
And so you're forced to kind of explore these different kind of heroes that perhaps we'll see here at MPL Indonesia as we are headed straight into the drafting phase for game number 1. It looks like Geek Fam are gonna be on blue side, Rebellion on the red. So Geek, do they go for the just contest on these kind of heroes, take away Paquito from Cars, but they're gonna start with the Yves ban instead?
Really Yves ban, I feel like right now, especially with the quote-unquote nerfs for the Yves, it's not exactly that strong, but I guess they're respecting Suelo and his reputation for the high ground mages. For the side of Rebellion, they're responding with a Natalia ban. We didn't see it banned out in match 1, but in game 2, with Beloyski in the picture, this is definitely a hero you need to watch out for, especially after the changes to the stealth mechanic in the latest patch.
Well, looking at the situation right now,
a hero you need to watch out for, especially after the changes to the stealth mechanic in the latest patch.
Well, looking at the situation right now, it's going to be a Franco ban here from the side of Geek. So perhaps signifying that they want to find and go for the joy pick here in that first pick.
It's full respect, Goni, that's what it is,
also, right?
Franco Audi TZ, the way that he was able to perform on the Franco, it was huge. And so they're going to respect that out as well. As Rebellion...
going to be a Franco ban here from the side of Geek. So
he was...
For Geek Fam, they will ban away the Claude instead.
Very interesting ban here from the side of Geek. I dislike the ban particularly because Claude post-patch isn't really prio. Sure, in the hands of a Highs, it seems like that's the only hero that Highs can perform with. But I think it's just an expensive ban there to be put, to be committed with.
I mean, the nature of this hero, that you are so all in with your ultimate and you do so much less damage afterwards, it makes it very easy to read your movements and punish you, like we saw happen to Brands in match number 1. So for Rebellion, they're going to ban away the Kaja, trying to make sure that Geek don't get their hands on a pesky pick-off hero themselves. Now for first picks, Paquito on the table, Valentina on the table. So many options. If they want to go for flexes in the mid lane, Kadira also, we'll have to see. It actually will be the Kadira.
Oh, okay. So they're going to go for the first pick, Kadira. That surely still can be flexed, either for a boy or as well as Beloyski. Last time Geek picked it up, it was on the hands of Beloyski, so it's headed to their direction, but it might be just a curveball to throw Rebellion Zion off. Now, Cars is free to pick up his powered hero, free to pick up the Paquito, but they go for the Harith first for highs, securing something more of a lane, a bully, but before seeing the opponent gold laner, it looks risky.
Man, Rebellion, they're picking up Angela and Harith in the first phase. I don't know how confident are they really with this hero, but it seems like it shows that, you know what, we're going to be very honest with you, we are just going to pick up our main with that Harith. Geek, can they respond? Maybe.
The Harith does true damage, but it is so if they're going to rely on the Harith only as a source of damage, either A, they get some more, right, that's a bit more consistent, or they really go for an all-in dive comp in order to just finish off the damage dealers, and then afterwards just beat on that Uranus S5.
No.
Ixchel is hovered.
No way.
Ixchel is hovered.
No way against a Lancelot and a Kadira. No way. That would be suicide. Would it not? No mobility whatsoever, but man, yeah, okay, that got me kind of going for a bit. But Rebellion Zion, they're gonna commit onto the Arlet. So, who's picked up the Arlet? Cars? Can they flex it? Oh, Audi TC's picked up the Arlet before, so still flex.
It's still flex. They're playing around with it with this flex as well. Second phase, it will be the Brody ban out here. Will they commit to another marksman ban here, Rashi? Seeing that Claude is off the board, Brody's off the board, do you think just, eliminate all MMs?
Well, a lot of marksmen are still available, like the Beatrix, like the Leslie, for example.
Leslie.
I was going to get to the Irithel because if this is indeed a golden Harith, then the Irithel will be such an annoying pick because she's so mobile. She's never really in the same spot for long. So with the Harith, it's a bit more skill shot reliant. It's going to be quite difficult. Geek Fan will ban away that Marcus though, trying to limit that early game aggression. And for Geek, with that Lancelot, they can still flex the build and go for something a bit more defensive or aggressive depending on what they require in the middle of the game.
Let's take a look at a comment here from Coach Chico though. We chose Gord in the match against Eve, so no way. Okay, well, it worked out. I thought it was because of composition, but it turns out it's just because Suelo can't play anything other than Yves, according to him. But coming back into the second phase of the draft, we do see a Cho being taken away from the side of Geek. Geek closed it off with a Ling takeaway, just really limiting the choices here for Vincent in that jungle position. Rebellion Zion, do they want to pick up
Joy?
Oh.
It is very much available. It is an assassin. And looking at the band so far, right, the Cho, the Brody, these are all heroes that are good to try and stave off assassin dive pressure. So I think the Joy becomes a pick, but at the same time,
feels like too much magic damage.
Right, and we haven't seen it too often from Vincent either, so it's a bit of a reach. Maybe they're going to go and hide it and pick something else first instead.
What will they pick here?
Because it's confusing, right? Is it Rome, EXP? Okay, there you go, EXP. So Arlet, Rome, Angela mid, Harith gold lane is what I'm seeing.
Also, isn't there a possibility for Paquito jungle?
You're
or
right.
Arlet mid? You never know, man.
You
Season
don't.
12.
It's Suelo as well. He has used the Arlet in that mid lane.
And it sort of worked, even though eventually it did get outscaled for Geek right now. It's so much crowd control and so much macro pressure as well. The Lancelot can match the mobility and maybe clear out the far side of the map, but they need someone to match this Paquito pressure if it does indeed go to the EXP.
We weren't even talking about Suelo's creativity, but to use something like a Leomord. Literally, Leomord was, oh man, Kabe and Owl, they have foresight into the future. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, both compositions have been set in stone. Finally, we see a Leomord coming back onto MPL ID. When was the last time we saw him?
A long time ago, with the changes, with the buffs in the patch, with the new items available to augment his potential. This Leomord We've been hearing rumors about it. We've been talking about the potential with a killing spree emblem. Vincent is going to be out for blood, and this is definitely a pick that's going to be troublesome for Geek Fam.
And don't forget, they have the Angela to make it all worse. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn for game number 1 between Geek Fam as well as Rebellion Zion. Let's see if Rebellion Zion can utilize this Leomord pick properly and look for a snowball from that early game.
If the Leomord gets snowballing, it's going to be so difficult. In a way, it's like a Martis, but it has better late game, I must say. We went against it, I think, some of the casters were playing together and we went up against it, and it was so unkillable, and it does so much damage off the back of so little items as well. So it's a very efficient pick, and I think Rebellion are going to take full advantage of it.
Take a look at the rotation here. Beloyski already trying to clear camp top side. He's low though. Flicker will not be popped. But oh my god, Suelo dealing damage towards the boy. But it's just a trade. Now Luke already opening vision for
this early game. There's a lot of sustain coming from Luke. He's not going to die. He can still flick.
Vincent has the Phantom Steed. If he wants to commit a fight, he has that horse to be relied on.
Looking at the emblems right here, 2 basic emblems for the side of Rebellion, trying to get some sustain in there. Even the Angela, well, both Angela and Arlet, right? It seems like they're here for utility, for stuns, for sustain. Even Breeze might taken by RDTZ instead of the focusing mark. We'll see if that harms their pick of potential. For the side of Geek Fam, it's all the assassin emblems. They're trying to get aggressive right here, but the mid lane Arlet, we'll see how effective this is at staving of aggression. Look at Suelo though.
He got airborne, will be taken out in the backside though. Oh, what is going on? Nile with the steal! Vincent wasn't able to find the retreat. Cars very low, trying to survive, and he will, question mark? Oh my god, Luke.
No way.
Oh, too deep. Cars!
No way!
With the outplay, first the blood falls, but it will be traded back. But what a play from Cars.
What a play for Cars, but it's still Geek Fam securing the advantage here in the early stage of the game. Being able to pick up that turtle is huge, as it's a Papulung versus everybody situation in the talents prediction, as he was the only one who sees the potential from Geek Fam's composition.
Wow. Transformation is always so random these days, but seems like the overwhelming majority of Rebellion, of the talents are picking Rebellion Zion. And I think it's due to this Leomord pick, man. A lot of expectations, a lot of hype is behind this pick. But man, what a play by Cars earlier. Luke needs to try and calm down, man. He dove the turret so early on against a Paquito. That is a dangerous maneuver, and he really paid the price for it.
He really did. And you guys don't need to pay full price with Grab. Get
force, it will take Beloyski down. Take a look at Gadara now, quite isolated, but is still able to clear the wave.
You have to keep in mind right now that Beloyski, he's usually the main engaged tool, the main playmaker. He does have the potential to go for a Flicker, Minnow, and Fury. But at the same time, it's not the same kind of engage like a Kufra, like a Natalia. Cars the 1v2.
Let's say he pops the sprints as well to ensure his safety. But 10 seconds to the next turtle. Let's see which setup is better.
I'm curious, right? Because with a boy picking up the Kadira, who do you necessarily want to target? Audi TZ maybe? But look at his positioning.
Yeah. Barely shows in the map. Cars now trying to distract. Hard guard popped. A boy caught in Suelo's hands. Knocked up though. He gets taken down. Oh! There you go, Niles. What? Suelo almost gets the outplay. But it seems like Rebellion will not have enough space to comfortably take the turtle loop now, soaking damage. Take a look at Cars, he's low, he will not be joining the fight, which shows that Geek Fam will win this next turtle.
He went under turret for that, Suelo. Sure, there's an outplay potential, but in the grand scheme of things, is it worth it to lose another objective to Geek Fam, who up until this point has had a really good time, and not a lot of them have been actually punished for it, but wait a minute.
Oh, good knock up! Oh, Vincent gets taken down! RDTZ low as well in the backside. What will he be able to do, Suelo? In this Arlet will not be able to stave off the pressure as the mid lane turret will be very low. Geek, minute 5, very angry Suelo, still surviving in this mid-side area. But it seems like no, they will not commit to a Suelo. They will though commit to a turret.
They just need to be trying to go for the objectives. Geek Fam finally cracks down that first mid turret, opening up the rest of the jungle potentially for rotations from the mid lane. Cars did a good job trading for a turret in the bot side, but Rebellion Zion, they're trying to go for the more aggressive composition, but they're not winning it out. They're just not getting the right plays in these fights, and they're just getting picked off. They need to be playing together a lot more, but look at this audience prediction by the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Z Flip 5. Dead even.
Is it actually 50-50?
Is this the first time in Season 12?
I don't think I've seen it before. 50-50% audience prediction, as looks like Geek Fam, they're going for a 50-50 play, but Rebellion Zion want to go for a counter engage.
Good final slash on towards Beloy, force him to use the flicker. No casualties. Rebellion Zion though still hovering around the top side, as well as Geek waiting for the next wave. A boy jumps in, finds the first on towards Audi. A boy gets a killing spree. Sway low now caught low. Phantom Seed. Vincent will not be able to catch a body just yet. Rebellion Zion still losing a trade.
What a play by a boy right there. Trying to outplay the whole situation. Actually coming out on top due to that pickoff. It was very clean, and in the other side of the map, you can see that the Uranus, the Lancelot, making all the plays happen. Nile is still showing off his mechanical prowess.
Oh, flicker popped. Will it be enough though? No. Vincent claims the 200 gold. That is what he desperately needs.
He does. He does. He needs to stack these kills, even from that early game. But so far, they haven't been able to do that. Geek Fam have been holding the pressure from the first minute of the game with a 2,000 gold lead already. Let's take a look at their chances here for the Turtle. Vincent, level 10. Nile, level 11. Does Rebellion Zion really want to go for a contest?
The big problem here for Rebellion Zion is the fact that they are full dive comp and they're up against a Minotaur. If they engage carelessly, that's everyone getting knocked up 3 times again and again. And that is dangerous against a team with so much follow-up, like the Beatrix, like the Kadita as well. So they're trying to go and play it a bit more pick-off style. They might succeed here.
Oh, Ropeways was forced to escape. With the passive, it will bring back the HP, but Nile finds the last hurdle. Take a look at the fight. It collapses as Vincent wasn't able to catch his Barbiel. He will be taken down. Suelo forced to use the flicker, quite low highs, trying to cover. That was a huge fight, a huge dub for the Geeks.
For sure, 3,000 gold lead. Do you see how much damage Shadera is also dealing onto Rebellion Zion members? I think he has that BOD already. Not sure if he has the Malefic Roar yet, but highs.
Not low. Cars trying to flank. A boy is able to escape. But take a look at Zwilo on the backside. Soaking damage is still able to survive. But Geek Fam, they're still in full control.
You just have a lot more survivability, man. Look with the regen. A boy with the thalassophobia. The blessing of the ocean. Regenning his health. And Beloyski, of course, with the heals. And an AoE heal on that note. It's going to be so difficult. But Vincent actually secures his purple buff still. This Leomord pick hasn't been showing its full value, but it does scale really well into the late game. We'll see if later on he'll be able to just run down Kadera, the man who is known to have 0 deaths with the cleanest execution.
And we do actually have a fun fact surrounding the Leomord pick here by Grab. The fact that the last time it was used was Season 8, played by Adam from Geek Fam, when they were against Rebellion Zion, where Geek were able to win it. So it feels like kind of a deja vu / revenge story / compensation / just this entire arc happening. Very poetic.
Yes.
Thank you for that fun fact, Grab, as well as production team. But so far, it doesn't look like it's headed to success the way that Geek Fam were able to do that in Season 8.
Cars tries to go for a pickoff right there, but Beloyski is pushing everyone away. See that now Highs is just out of the fight. Too far to have impact in this big fight on the other side of the map all the way.
Oh, so Suelo soaking damage. But it seems like Nile here isn't able to find the opening that he wants there, doesn't really commit on towards a fight. Plus, they realize that the Lord is up. Let's not commit on towards a unnecessary fight.
I feel like for Rebellion Zion, they're countered essentially by the Minotaur, so they should be going for a barrel.
Oh, will be caught dead. Auditiz is next in the chopping block. It's Kadera finds the kill. And this is Geek Fam here, showing proving the haters wrong.
This is literally 4 men down here for Rebellion Zion. Only the EXP laner is left. Only Kars is left. Suelo is going to be coming back in just a few seconds, but will it be enough time to hold back the Geeks?
Let's see. Suelo jumps in, trying to clear the wave as their prio. Luke hovering in the front area. It seems like Rebellion, they will have the 5 members to defend this first Lord. Will they lose another baser is the question. Let's see. Beloyski has the flicker. No, he hasn't. Shaman Force. Oh! Heis gets taken down in the front side as well. Luke trying to soak in the damage. Suelo desperately trying to escape as Nile looks for that kill. Take a look at the Lord. Oh, good knockup. Nile, though, will be taken down as Vincent isn't able to survive as well. Beloyski, Kadera trying to stay in pressure. Waze quite exposed. Minions is always already there with the SMG. It seems like they will be able to find the first game.
In 11 minutes, quite similar to what Onyx have been able to do here this season. That was the first Lord, and they were able to win it in such a fast-paced fashion. That is the beauty of composition. Just like Arashi mentioned earlier, the fact that they were clumping up, they were able to get the full value from that Minotaur lockup.
That Minotaur Fury, man, just threw a whole lot of problems for Rebellion Zion, and they just seem to shatter into shambles whenever things don't go their way. Initially, when they were trying to go for these turtle fights, they don't come out on top. They just start getting confused on what to do. Instead of making use of the advantage they have, which is the mobility of the Paquito, they just kept going again and again for those big fights instead of going for trades. We already mentioned this earlier in match number 1, man. It's important to get a turtle, but if you cannot win the fights, maybe going for other things could be an option. Unfortunate for them, they were just way too behind. And against a composition like Geek with so much sustain built in from the Uranus, from the healing of the Minotaur, Rebellion just did not have enough damage because they don't have a marksman either. They have a casting spell marksman in the Harriet. That's really unfortunate, but that's a great showing from Geek Fan.
Very good showing. And again, it seems like the cheese pick, Arlet mid, not going well. I love the Leomord pick and Angela, but the Arlet mid doesn't come to fruition, unfortunately.
Well, you see moments where it actually has value, right? Good clear, good sustain. He was able to hold off the pressure in the mid lane for the longest time. But afterwards, right, what can this team do with him holding so many people in the mid lane? Right? He can't really roam faster. He can't really do damage like a conventional mid laner does. And if you look in the jungle, it's a fighter as well. So overall, no DPS from the gold lane, no real assassin, no burst damage from the jungle, and no damage from the mid lane as well.
Earlier on in the draft, it felt like they were lacking that DPS damage that they severely required in order to punch through the just sustain, like Arashi mentioned earlier on, that was coming in from Geek. Arlet, I feel, is interesting in the mid lane. I think all fighters being placed in the mid lane is interesting because there is that mid power spike that can be utilized. But in that way, in that particular scenario, because of the lack of damage, I didn't see the value of it.
And you see a bit of miscoordination again and again as well, where Kars goes in and then his team wasn't really there to back him up. He got caught out several times without any trades happening. And you also see that Vincent, again and again, tries to make a play happen, but then the hard guard doesn't get into him fast enough, and he ends up getting picked off, and the hard guard just wasn't utilized to its full potential. And we already talked about the emblem choice, the Brave Smite. He's more survivable, but losing out on 6% more damage from
Smite. Very interesting. I had another point, but I forgot.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And we saw that this Leomord. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you
go
got
ahead.
it. No.
No, go ahead.
No.
Ladies first.
No. Later on, you will forget again.
No, I won't. Because you talked about Leomord, and I also want to talk about Leomord, so you first.
Leomord early game doesn't really show his pressure, the intimidation that the Leomord pick should give in that game, right? Especially combined with the hard guard, you should have more control, especially if we're talking about the jungle's opponents, which was not evident for Vincent, unfortunately.
I feel like the Leomord pick, like you mentioned, it didn't show value. I think it was too risky to pick up that Leomord as well. A little too expensive. Greedy. Greedy is the word that I'm looking for, right? Because even if they were trying to look for that early game oppression, just those small moments where the Uranus was able to delay the pattern and the rotation was, I think, very costly for Rebellion Zion. And with the choice of emblems coming in from the Leomord, going in for Assassin, right? I think they went for a killing spree.
I think so.
You didn't find value in that as well. And why? Because when they go in for these engages, there's always a beautiful counter engage that happens from the man you see on your screen here, Beloyski on the Minotaur. Player of the game by the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 Z Flip 5, 92% KP.
11 assists. He went for the Dominant's Eyes very early on, knowing that regeneration is the name of the game. And this is like the main pick that you really screwed over the plans for Rebellion. And you can see that Rebellion just had no real adjustment. They had more macro potential with the Paquito, with the Angela as well, mind you, a global ultimate. And yet, the Angela and everyone else, they were just stuck trying to fight 5v5, which is exactly where Geek Fam and their combo just shine so much and gets a huge pick-off. So, overall, I feel like it's a great... There's potential in the draft. It's not completely countered, by all means, but it really wasn't executed as cleanly as it should.
That player of the game from Beloyski, because earlier on when it was just laning phase, we didn't really see the full effect of it, but as we go into the later stage of the game, when these teams go for 5-man team fights, these clump ups, that's when we start to see the full value of the Minuan Fury, like we saw earlier on over there.
In the case of victory, we talked about how the Minotaur, right, doesn't really... Beloyski needs to stay out of sight, stay hidden, but here it's the exact that's thwarted, and they can't do anything. This was repeated all the way since that attempt in the top side for the Terror Dive, and I think Rebellion, again, just weren't able to adjust to find a different way to engage the fight, a different way to find targets.
And that's the thing, though. Once Geek Fam establishes a 5,000 goal lead, that spells doom for Rebellion Zion. They weren't able to find anything on the map. They tried to be proactive, but because there is no damage with that Arlet mid, there's no clear burst. It was a struggle for them to find the effective, the right place as well.
It truly was. I mean, that was a 12-minute game, 11, almost 12-minute game. And it was so one-sided at some point, that instant flip coming in. What's going on?
Well, Rebellion Zion, they keep trying to go for the 5v5s. Even though it's not working, they just didn't do anything else, which is why in the last fight, they lost one member, but they're still trying so hard to try and contest in that Lord. And if you look at the item disparity, man, even for Vincent, he just built that great Dragon Spear at the end of the game. So he was stuck on 3 items the whole time. And if you compare that to the members of Geek Fam, they're almost 1 whole item down. And there's no way you can win a fight easily without going for a pickoff at that point. But they went for it anyways. They lose 4. And after losing 4 with the Lord coming in, they just got the game ended before they could even react. Only 1 tower taken from them as well. Like you mentioned, there was potential for the macro play. They just did not use it properly. And I think some things need to be changed right here. If they want to go burst, they need more tools, more ways to do so, more crowd control maybe, to make sure that pesky heroes, especially like the Uranus, stays in place to get punished. Or get a bit more damage or a bit more long-range options in order to be a bit more flexible against a team that is just so crafty like Geek Fam.
The other thing that I really wanted to highlight about Rebellion Zion's performance was overcommitments. I think Kars as well as Suelo, there were a few minor moments where they went in a little bit too deep and they get killed in return. That wasn't traded back really well, and it just gave value over to Geek Fam and helped them snowball the way that we saw here with Chidera picking up the rich guy, 844 GPM.
844, that's a very respectable amount. Considering that Rebellion Zion were putting a lot of aggression onto this man, he just finds a way to just get income, even though all the pressure is on him. Kadera, man, he's one of the more underrated players in the MPL, in my opinion. And he is just showing it again and again. And there's no wonder Geek Fam is using him as one of the main members of the main lineup.
Yeah, and what a first game overall. I personally thought that Rebellion, with this sort of composition, they were able to just... I expected more, just in conclusion. But then again...
All of us did.
Okay, all of us
Except
did.
Papulong.
Except Papulong, exactly. Geek Fam, I feel like Kadera, again, I forgot the X factor here, right? Kadera bring stability in this Geek Fam, which also was shown in that game. On that Beatrix, he was untouched, practically, with the covers as well. But then again, Kadera is just a very independent marksman that is always reheating, it seems like, especially during team fights.
There was not enough tools for Rebellion Zion to try and counter the Beatrix anyway, right? What were they supposed to do? Cars? Were they banking on cars?
Well,
who were they banking on? Because anyone who goes in for an engage, like you mentioned, gets hit with a Minoan Fury. It's such good cover, such good counter engage.
I think flanks need to be done a lot more by Rebellion, because the whole idea about this composition is that they have to go in, they have to dive and make it messy, right? They don't have anyone that has to stay in the back and be really safe, like, you know, like a Beatrix, like a Leslie, or like a carry. So they have a Harith. The whole idea is to get all in the backline, get all messy, but Rebellion just were unable to grab that opportunity.
Yeah, they weren't. And talking about grab,
Yikes.
MPL ID Season 12 has begun. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, grab promotions are ready to be enjoyed. Don't forget to use the promo code MPL ID XGRAB and get a 50% discount on Grab Food and a 90% discount on Grab Bike and Grab Car throughout the event. This promo is for new users, and if you guys want to get Diamond or MLBB Hero skins, stay tuned for Grab challenges. If you want more information on that, go ahead and check grb.to/MPL. And so,
Able to escape though, but that shows the green light to commit to this Lord.
Top HP right now.
Oh, good Divine Judgment on towards Audi. He gets taken down now low. Trying to find the steal. He's able to get it! Rebellion Zion now flees. Cars terrified, but Vincent will be the first one to fall. There you go. Kadera, good taunt. Good penalty zone as Kadera finds a double. Will he find a triple? A boy claims Cars in the mid lane, but it's now Geek Fam solidifying their lead.
beautiful team fight. They spot Kai's there into that bush. He's still able to get away until not. Okay, Niall's not going to overcommit onto that one, but that was a huge victory for Geek Fam. Is taken out. Sure, Highs doesn't get punished up until this point, but look at the space that was bought for a Geek Fam. The dominance, the oppression, taking all the buffs away, and the recalls. Here it is.
Wow.
I love it.
Signature Geek showing dominance. Just waiting for the Lord to push out as well. And look at this bold move. Kadera left alone to just push out that lane. That could have been very easily dangerous, but Rebellion, they don't really dare to move out of their base. Look at Beloyski.
Okay, he has Flicker Divine Judgment. The conceal play though will not be committed more. As Geek Fam, the game is far from over, but wow, the confidence to just recall for 30 seconds earlier. Bold move.
Was it 30 seconds? It felt like quite a long time, actually. I'm not surprised if it actually
15.
was.
10 to 15, maybe.
Let's just say 30 seconds. Give them a little bit more just spice to what they did. But with the 7,000 gold lead, what has it been given? What has given? Yeah.
What has been made out of it?
There you go. That's how to English.
Well, Niall has that semi-tank build, which is so effective because for now, Rebellion Zion don't really have enough damage. That allows now to be a bit more oppressive with his movement as well, pressuring everyone back. Wind of Nature secured for Kadera, so in a 1v1 beat, just basic attack matchup against Highs, he will win it out at this point due to the true damage So at this point, I think that Geek already have all the tools they require to secure a game. The only issue right now is the lack of range in their composition because they still have to crack open the base, which is where the Lord will come in very handy. It also will come in 40 seconds. So Geek Fam just trying to maintain their lead, deny any goals for Rebellion Zion, and they're waiting for the next Lord.
And they're doing such a good job at it as well.
Lancelot display as well, and it seems like this Lancelot is just the power pick for 9.
I don't know. It's a bit like it's overloaded. It's like a Yeve almost. Penalty zone. Onto one member, as long as he keeps landing it consistently on the back line and at least use it in conjunction with his team's engage, perhaps Beloyski's Divine Judgment. It's very hard to imagine Geek Fam just having a bad fight.
I think Renbu is starting to regret his choice of spell, right? He went for Flicker instead of Purify.
Yeah.
He might be regretting it now because clearly Heist might have a more difficult time picking up that Purify, but here Beloyski goes in for a pick.
Conceal play, 7,000 HP now, comfortably grabs the Lord as Rebellion Zion failed to respond.
Literally no fight whatsoever from Rebellion Zion. They didn't look for a contest, they couldn't find a proper opening, and it shows the advantage that you have as a team and your composition if you're given a little bit more tools to work with. Audi TZ on the Kufra, how many picks have we seen him get? Like one or two?
At
two,
most
I think?
3. I think 3 is the most possibly. I think it's 2 more likely, but maybe 3 at most. Well, he just can't really find an opening. There's no space in the jungle and there's no follow-up. If he lands a big combo onto one member, you can bet that Luke will zone the rest of his team around. He gets bursted down by Kadera, and that will be the end of it. Unless he actually lands the combo on Kadera, but we already know this man does not allow for that kind of error. With the Lord coming back in, this is going to be Geek Fam making the play for the base.
Lord charging in the mid base turret. Oh, now almost gets a solo kill there. On towards Renbu Audi, quite low. Lord needs to be taken care of here by Highs, Amor, and friends. But it seems like the mid base search is just a casualty from that Lord charge.
Very interesting choice of Divine Judgment target from Beloyski. He goes in for Audi TZ among all the other priority heroes from Rebellion Zion.
Well, if he gets Audi TZ, it means that there's no way Rebellion Zion can get a clean engage. Even if Cars goes in with the final slash, with the change to the animation, it's more visible now, it's more outplayable. Vincent as well, if he just tries to go in, that range on the dash taunt combo is very, very short. So I think that was the idea, right? Engage on the engage tool and then don't worry about it at all. But it did not work out, so now it's back to just caging Rebellion Zion, making sure that the bull cannot leave its stable.
Yeah, and now 15 minutes in here, going to 16, 10,000 gold lead for Geek Fam. Looking at their compositions here, Eternal, does it favor Geek or Rebellion, you think?
Well, it's difficult to say, right? Because technically, the reason why I opted for Geek Fam's composition in general is because I see a fluctuating power spike in that early, mid, towards that late. There's a lot of tools that they can utilize. The fact that Chidera is already full built up until this point with true damage, there's not really anyone from the side of Rebellion Zion to counter that. Sure, there's damage coming in from the Farsa, but as of now, up till this point, even though that the Farsa on Renbu has the highest, most damage dealt, we can see that Chidera question. I still say Geek Fam.
Looking at the items for Kadera as well, he has the Rose Gold Meteor but no Athena, so not really respecting the potential for Renbu to deal that much damage. He is the only magic damage that Kadera needs to be fearful of. And now once again, Geek Fam, they can just wait it out. They can go for the more guaranteed play, but no, Beloyski once again being proactive.
Flicker can still cancelled out. We'll see the collapse. Beloyski gets insta-bursted. In the backside though, Heisenmore half HP. Needs to be careful. Oh, Luke has the Flicker penalty zone. Waiting for it to be popped. It seems like he's still holding on towards it, but the Lord now will be the main target. Flicker, penalty zone, finds the target. Cards in the backside, forced to use the Flicker. RTZ flickers away as well. The Lord, though, will be taken care of Geek Fam. And it seems like Rebellion Zion, they lost the fight and the Lord.
But that premonition coming in from Audi TZ was beautiful to cancel that engage. Oh, Niall still going to be able to get out of that damage from the Feather Airstrike. Luckily enough, but man, that was a good move by Audi TZ. Unfortunately, it didn't really work to their favor. They still lost. Oh, they got the Lord, actually.
Yeah, I thought Geek Fam got the Lord, but no, Rebellion Zion got the Lord. I missed to see it, but seems like no problem whatsoever. Yeah. I could have sworn that I thought Rebellion Zion got the Lord.
So
Geek Fam got the Lord.
Maybe we'll see a replay here, but for Geek Fam, they went to try and finish off the death timers instead of going for the Lord, which is a smart move, but hang on. Okay, Luke walks away. While everyone was just diving, you saw that Vincent actually left the whole fight, abandoned his team essentially to focus on the Lord. It got a bit too low and he was able to finish it. So that was a miscalculation for Geek Fam. And now they lost the chance to use that Lord, and past the 15-minute mark, this is where the power spikes start getting equal. Let's take a look again, once again here. Penalty zone all the back. Everyone dives in. Vincent left alone in the back. If it worked, right, Geek Fam would have 3 members down, and at 17 minutes, that's enough time for them to push the waves out and actually get an end off it. But now, turntables, man.
Yeah. No, the map is 60%. Somehow Rebellion Zion's map here. Even though they lost the base turret, but take a look at the control. Pressure slowly building towards Geek Fam's side.
The empowered waves is what allows Rebellion Zion to make use of it, but ultimately still 2 more second-tier turrets for Geek Fam. They can still use their advantage, but like we said, past 15 minutes, it's already gonna be swinging a bit more in Rebellion Zion's favor. The gold lead is impressive at 9k still, but the longer this game goes, the more it will be obsolete. It's only going to be used for item trades, and at this point, not a lot of items can really save or make or break the game.
I mean, hopefully what can make or break the game is the predictability from Beloyski. I think things would have gone a little bit differently if Rebellion Zion didn't already read the pattern from Beloy. The fact that he's going to go for a Divine Judgment on its Audi TZ, and the way that it was countered. So it really comes back down to the creativity of Geek Fam and the creativity of Beloyski in particular, which we all know that he does have. Let's see him try to utilize it a little bit better in the next few minutes of the game, because as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, on your timer in the top of your screen, we're hitting that 20-minute mark, which means that death timer is ever more important. Now, Beloyski and Chidera, they're looking for that creative play. It's risky, but it might just work, especially Renbu being there.
Oh, good macro sense. What a game sense, and now Beloyski caught, forced to use the Flicker. Take a look at the reinforcements. RTZ catching Luke, still has the Immortal. Oh, good suppression. Vincent has no Immortal, but Niall is there. Gets taunted, but it seems like the damage won't be enough to take him down just yet. It's still a 5v5 as Rebellion Zion, they're saying, no, we do not want this fight because Vincent is low. Arido with the re-engage. What? Is this the right move? He gets his son on towards Beloy, but it seems like Heisenmore with the Wind of Nature wasn't able to deal Valentina. He gets taken out. Now in the backside, try to wreak havoc. Finds the kill on towards Varsa as he will survive as well. What a monster by Niall.
That's 3 members taken out from the side of Rebellion Zion as Geek Fam reclaim their victory. What in the world was Heisenmore thinking when he went in for the wand against Chidera? But here we go, another re-engage coming.
Things are not looking good now. Only 2 members, and it's Audi and Cars. Final slash, that was Soul and Fred. Divine Judgment as well. Audi loses his Immortal, will be taken down. Oh, not just yet, but Cars will lose his Immortal as the base will be the clear target. Geek Fam finds the clean sweep.
2-0 against the Blue Bulls, holding them by the horns and saying, it's geek time.
Man, that is crazy. What was Nile possessed by? He was just crazy, going in and out, outplaying everyone. Rebellion was just completely bewildered.
Exactly. His consistency from game 1 displayed and amplified, I feel like, in game 2, where he was just uncatchable. Goodness me, Geek Fam. After a loss yesterday, man, have they really repaired their game style.
Reset, refresh.
Ooh, 2 resets, 1 refresh.
In particular, it has to be in that particular order as well.
Wow.
But that was what they were able to accomplish. The drafts coming in was great. It feels like they understand the players and their power heroes a lot better. And it's good, it shows. Everyone was so comfortable, right? Terizla Luke, that impact that he had, Beloyski, Lancelot as well for Nile.
Scary.
Everyone was just playing really well, even Carey and Chidera.
But Kadera just doing Kadera things, but honestly, that last fight was such a good back and forth. It just seems like Geek Fam has the more rounded out composition, unfortunately for Rebellion. They put everything almost right, but that re-engage was iffy at best. But I guess they were trying to capitalize on the usage of the ultimates from Geek Fam. It just was a gamble that did not pay off. Match highlight by Head and Shoulders right here. Nile overthrows Vincent's objective domination.
And with that, let's actually talk to the man, Vincent himself, as he's already on stage with our lovely host, Monica. Take it away.
Di mana dong suaranya untuk Geek Fam? Congratulations Geek Fam 2-0 Geek Fam. Wow, game yang kedua tadi seru sekali juga. Aboy, gimana rasanya menang melawan Rebellion?
Ya seneng banget sih harusnya.
Dan kamu tadi bertemu dengan 2 player. Di game pertama ada Swallow, game kedua ketemu Rainbow. Yang mana yang paling menyulitkan kamu, Aboy?
Dua-duanya sama sih gameplaynya, jadi nggak terlalu ada bedanya.
Gak terlalu ada bedanya, yang penting menang ya kan, Aboy ya. Anyway, tadi Kadera akhirnya menang menggunakan hero selain Beatrix. Wah, gimana Kadera? Kenapa kamu kemarin-kemarin tuh menangnya selalu pakai Beatrix sih? Kuat banget ya Beatrix kamu?
Karena Beatrix punya banyak senjata.
Oh, padahal rindu loh, kangen loh ngelihat Valentina dipakai Kadera. Kangen loh ngelihat Valentina dipakai Kadera.
Lihat next match aja.
Lihat next match, berarti nanti udah ada persiapan ya di leg kedua kalau misalnya Beatrix di respect ban, udah ada persiapan hero pool lain ya?
Pastinya ada.
Ada, rahasia tapi?
Iya, rahasia dong.
Rasanya kontes retri dengan Vincent. Apalagi Vincent di week keempat ini secara objektif dia tuh yang nomor 1. Mendapatkan turtle dan juga lord.
Biasa aja.
Oh, biasa aja. Yang penting menang ya. Nail, tapi kan gimana rasanya kamu kali ini kembali lagi bertemu dengan mantan analis kamu. Sekarang jadi coach kamu. Ada mungkin itu membuat kamu atau kunci kemenangan kamu hari ini gak sih?
Banyak impact lah dia. Banyak impact.
Banyak impact. Impactnya se-impact apa sih? Baloy, gimana dengan bergabungnya Coach Erpang itu ada hal-hal baru yang didapetin nggak Baloy?
Sorry. Apa?
Since Coach Erpang joined the Geek Fam, is it really impactful for you?
Yeah, very impactful. He is very hardworking.
Sangat-sangat kerja keras ya Coach Erpang ya. How hardworking? Like examples of that.
Until 4 AM, still working. 4 AM.
Oh, jadi kerja keras banget ya. Dan tentunya look posisi Geek saat ini walaupun menang ya di match kali ini, tapi kayaknya belum terlalu aman loh untuk masuk ke playoff. Ada persiapan-persiapan khusus nggak atau udah atur strategi nih biar di leg kedua bisa balas dendam, bisa lolos playoff? Bisa ya. Nah, gimana kalau kata lu, kata Geek Community bisa. Kata lu gimana?
Masih bisa sih kalau playoff. Tapi kalau harus menang terus sih.
Harus menang terus ya. Tapi pede?
Pede
banget ya. Anyway, di week keempat ini ada patch baru di MLBB. Itu nggak terlalu ngaruh ya buat kalian? Patch baru nggak terlalu ngaruh ya buat kalian?
Kemarin ngaruh sih, yang soalnya kan nggak bisa 4 kan roamer kan.
Buat yang lain? The new patch, is it
Yeah,
impactful for
still
you?
adjusting the.
Jadi masih menyesuaikan. Dan kira-kira player of the match kali ini siapa ya? Kalau tadi di MVP di game yang pertama MVP-nya Baloy. Kira-kira kalau player of the match-nya masih sama Baloy nggak ya? Setuju nggak? Setuju? Atau ada nama lain?
Mahal banget.
Siapa aja boleh ya, langsung aja kita lihat siapakah player of the match kali ini adalah Nael, gimana rasanya jadi player of the match?
Alhamdulillah.
Ini jadi dorongan buat kamu dan juga Geek Fam ke depannya menjadi lebih baik?
Pasti.